Welcome to our channel. Today we re-diving into the world of rare valuable, the 5p coin bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth. II has quietly passed through millions of hands, but behind this humble silver-colored coin lies a story rich in history, political change, numismatic rarity, and even some surprising collective value. Today, we explore the complete journey of the UK's Elizabeth II 5p coin from its inception to its most valuable editions in circulation and beyond. Visual archival footage of British streets, Queen Elizabeth II, and pre-decimal coins. The 5p coin was first introduced in the United Kingdom in 1968, 2 years ahead of the country's official move to decimalisation in 1971. It was designed to replace the old shilling, which was equivalent in value, and ease the public into the new decimal currency system. The 1978 UK 5p coin bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II carries with it a fascinating piece of British history. In this documentary, we uncover the complete story behind this humble coin, its origins, geography, mintage, collectability, and the surprising truth about its value. Visual archival footage from late 1960s-70s UK. Queen Elizabeth waving, shops changing price, THD. The British public officially entered the decimal age in 1971, but the 5p coin had already made its debut in 1968 as part of a transitional period. It was introduced to replace the traditional shilling, and its value was fixed at 5/100ths of a pound sterling. Composition 1968 to 1990, copper nickel 75% copper, 25% nickel diameter, 23.59 millimeters, weight, 5.65 grams, edge, milled reverse design, a crowned Scottish thistle by Christopher Ironside of verse 1978. Second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. By 1978, Britain was fully adjusted to decimalisation, and the 5p coin was a familiar sight in everyone's pocket. The 1978 5p coin was minted during a turbulent time in British history. Inflation was high, the winter of discontent was approaching, and the economy was struggling. However, coins minted this year reflected continuity and stability, especially the enduring image of the Queen. Visual Royal Mint archives, machines striking coins. So how many 5p coins were made in 1978? The answer, a lot. Total mintage, 1978, 160 million mint. The Royal Mint, UK, due to the high mintage. 1978 5p coins are common in circulation. They were never withdrawn until 1990, when the coin was redesigned and reduced in size. The 1978 5p coin, like other UK coins, circulated across the entire United Kingdom, including England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. In addition, similar 5p coins circulated in UK overseas territories such as Isle of Man, Gibraltar, St. Helena, Falkland Islands. These territories often issued their own regional variants of the 5p using the same monarch's portrait but with different national symbols. However, the standard 1978 UK 5p was not legal tender outside the UK proper. Though millions of 5p coins were struck for circulation in 1978, a small number were also issued in uncirculated or proof quality as part of collector's sets. High mintage, widely available, low collector value unless in pristine condition. Brilliant uncirculated boo from Royal Mint coin sets, higher finish, no signs of wear value, approx to pounds, £5, depending on condition, struck with a mirror-like finish, rare. Higher value, especially in original packaging value, £10, £20. Now for the question every collector once answered: is the 1978 5p coin valuable? Condition: estimated value circulated £0.050, £25. Brilliant uncirculated £2, £5. Proof uncirculated set £10, £20 plus. Graded MS67 by NGC or PCGS, £30, £50 plus. Unless your 1978 coin is in mint or proof condition, it will generally only be worth face value or slightly more, but it's still a charming piece of 20th century coinage history. Collectors classify coins based on condition, which dramatically impacts value. Here's how it works: poor P, heavy wear, barely readable; fine F, clear design but wear; extremely fine EF, light wear on high points only; uncirculated UNC, no wear; minor bagmarks; proof PR, special minting for collectors; mirror finish, look for sharp edges, strong detail, and no scratches. Keep coins in airtight capsules or albums. Avoid cleaning the coin, it reduces value. If you're buying or selling a 1978 5p coin, here are your best options. eBay UK, watch for high-grade or certified listings. The 1978 5p coin still retains legal tender status in the UK, but only pre-1990 large 5p coins were withdrawn after the size change. Though common, 1978 was among the last years before the 1990 redesign, making it a key piece for type collectors. No known mint errors or mistrikes have surfaced widely for the 1978 issue. From the days of disco and Margaret Thatcher's rise to power, to the Queen's long and graceful reign, your 1978 5p coin is more than just metal. It's a witness to the UK's journey through a changing century. While not rare or wildly valuable, it remains a testament to British coinage history worthy of respect, preservation, and perhaps a quiet spot in your collection. The 1968 5-pence coin marked one of the most profound changes in British currency history. Introduced before decimalisation officially took place, this coin bridged the ancient with the modern, monarchy with mint, and tradition with transformation. This is the complete story of the very first UK Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin minted in 1968. For centuries, British money was based on a system few outsiders could easily grasp: 12 pence in a shilling, 20 shillings in a pound. But in the 1960s, the government finally made the decision to modernize the currency system for a growing global economy. The decimalisation plan was officially announced in 1966. The new currency system would feature 100 new pence to a pound, simplifying calculations. The 5-pence coin, introduced in April 1968, was designed to replace the shilling, though decimalisation wouldn't fully arrive until 1971. The 5p coin debuted 3 years early to give the British public time to adapt. The coin would carry the same value as the shilling it replaced and, in fact, circulate side by side with shillings for over 20 years. Visual Royal Mint sketches, design blueprints, and early coin photos. Year of issue: 1968. First year of decimal coinage: diameter 23.59 millimeters, weight 5.65 grams. Composition: cupronickel 75% copper, 25% nickel, edge milled shape. Round portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machen, facing right. Text: Elizabeth 2DG Reg FD 1968. This was the second definitive coin portrait of the Queen, and it appeared on all British coins from 1968 to 1984. A crowned Scottish thistle, a symbol of Scotland, designed by Christopher Ironside. Text: 5 new pence. The reverse was chosen to represent one of the 4 nations of the UK. It's regal, dignified, and distinctly British. The new pence inscription was added to distinguish it from pre-decimal coinage. The word new would be dropped in 1982. The 1968 5p coin was minted for use across the entire United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. But its influence went even farther. Circulated primarily in the UK, accepted alongside the shilling, which remained legal tender until 1990, inspired similar denominations in Gibraltar, Isle of Man, Falkland Islands, St. Helena, Jersey, and Guernsey. Though the 1968 coin was not legal tender outside the UK, many overseas territories modeled their coinage after it, often bearing Queen Elizabeth II's portrait but local national symbols, being the first decimal 5-pence coin ever minted. The 1968 edition was produced in large numbers to prepare for the full transition in 1971. Total mintage up 98,868,250 coins minted by the Royal Mint, then operating from Tower Hill in London, prior to moving to Llantrys in Wales in 1968-1969. Despite being a first-issue coin, the 1968 5p is not rare in circulated condition due to its high mint and wide usage. Let's now talk about money, not just the coin's face value, but its collector value in today's market. Great condition inscription value: 2025 estimate circulated common visible wear, everyday use 5 pence, 0 pounds, 20 extremely fine EF light wear, sharp detail 1 pound, 2 pounds, brilliant uncirculated no wear. From mint sets: 2 pounds, pound 5 proof 1968 set only mirror like finish, no circulation 8 pounds, 15 pounds plus NGCP CGS graded MS65 plus professionally certified 15 pounds, 30 pounds in 1968. The Royal Mint also released decimal proof sets and brilliant uncirculated sets. Coins from these sets are highly desirable if preserved in original packaging. Unlike some modern coins, the 1968 5p is not known for widespread striking errors. However, a few isolated examples of off-center strikes or double strikes do occasionally surface. Error coins may fetch 20 pounds, 100 pounds, depending on visibility and rarity. Always get such coins authenticated by a professional grading service. It's considered the first circulating decimal coin in the UK. It was part of the first decimal proof set, which included the 5p, 10p and halfpenny coins. The word new on new pence was removed starting in 1982. The coin was withdrawn from circulation in December 1990, when the smaller 5p coin was introduced. If you're a collector looking to add a 1968 5p to your collection, here's what to look for. Circulated 1968 coin in EF condition or better. Brilliant uncirculated coin from annual mint set 1968. Decimal proof set includes 5p, 10p and halfpenny error coin off-center, double die, etc. Professionally graded specimen NGC. PCGS, eBay UK daily listings of 1968 coins, including boo and proof sets. The 5-pence coin minted in 1979 tells a quiet but powerful story. It belonged to a time of economic struggle, political transition, and unwavering royal continuity. And now, over 45 years later, it's more than just old change, it's part of history today. we uncover the full tale of the 1979 UK Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin. Visual news footage of late 1970s Britain, fuel strikes, long queues, and Margaret Thatcher's first campaign rally. In 1979, the UK was on the edge of transformation. The winter of discontent had frozen the nation in 1978-79, and in May 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the UK's first female prime minister. Inflation was high, the pound was under pressure, and yet coinage continued to serve as a constant. Queen Elizabeth II was in her 27th year of reign. The British Royal Mint continued issuing decimal coinage following the successful 1971 The 5-pence coin had been introduced in 1968, 3 years before full decimalisation. Its purpose was to replace the older shilling and make the new decimal system familiar to a reluctant public. First introduced, 1968, equivalent in value to 1 shilling 1/20th of a pound from 1968 to 1990. The 5p was minted in large size format, diameter 23.59 millimeters, weight 5.65 grams, metal cupronickel 75% copper, 25% nickel, edge milled shape, round. Mint, Royal Mint, UK Portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machen, text Elizabeth to DG Reg, FD 1979. The Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a crowned Scottish thistle. The emblem of Scotland designed by Christopher Ironside, text 5 new pence. The reverse thistle symbol was a tribute to Scotland's place in the United Kingdom. While the use of new pence helped the public distinguish it from the pre-decimal shilling, this wording would remain until 1981, before changing to just 5 pence in 1982. By 1979, the 5-pence coin was fully integrated into British currency. As such, its production numbers were significant. Circulated coins approx 82,868,000, minted mint sets. Also included in the 1979 brilliant uncirculated boo and proof sets. Though the coin was not rare in circulation, the 1979 edition remains historically significant as one of the last coins to bear new pence before the nomenclature changed in 1982, typically show wear on the Queen's hair, cheek, and the thistle design, abundant in the 1980s but less common in general circulation. Today, due to 1990 withdrawal found in Royal Mint, annual coin sets exhibit no signs of wear, often kept in sealed display packaging. Condition description: value circulated worn. Visible use, pound 0.050 pounds, 20 extremely fine EF sharp features. Minimal wear, pound 1.503 pounds, 00 brilliant uncirculated Buno wear. Mint luster, pound 3.007 pounds, 00 proof mirror finish. From sets only £10, pound 20 certified NGC PC GSM 65 plus, professionally graded, pristine, £30, £60 despite its age. The 1979 5p coin is not rare in the traditional sense, but specific conditions make it more desirable. Circulated coins in average condition, worn or damaged examples. Brilliant uncirculated coins from 1979 mint sets, official Royal Mint proof set, certified high-grade coins, MS66 plus era coins, off-center strike, clipped planchette, etc. The 1979 5p coin was legal tender across the entire United Kingdom, and by design it reflected a unified Britain through the thistle emblem. UK territories, for example Gibraltar, Isle of Man, often issued similar coins with regional designs and Queen Elizabeth's portrait. Note: UK 5p coins were not used in Australia, Canada, or New Zealand, which had their own decimal systems and coinage. The 1979 5p coin was part of the last full decade of large-sized decimal coins before they were replaced by the smaller version in 1990. The wording "new pence" only lasted until 1981, making the 1979 coin part of a short-term historical design. It features Queen Elizabeth II's second official portrait, in use from 1968 to 1984. eBay UK, Spink Auctions, London Coins, Royal Mint certified resellers, new Mr. or coin. Community forums always store boo or proof coins in airtight capsules or original Royal Mint packaging. Touching them with bare hands can reduce their value by leaving fingerprint oil. The 1979 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin may seem modest in your hand, but it carries the weight of a nation in transition from economic hardship to political revolution, from old systems to modern coinage. It reminds us that even the smallest things like a coin can bear witness to great changes, whether in a velvet-lined album or in your grandmother's change jar. The 1979 5p coin stands as a proud relic of Britain's evolving story. The last step among the coins jingling in the pockets of mid-1970s Britain was one small silver piece, modest in value, but significant in story. The 1975 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin belonged to a post-imperial pre-digital Britain, nation facing deep social and political change. In this documentary, we dive deep into the full story of this humble coin, its origins, design, mintage, value, and legacy. To understand the 1975 edition, we must travel back to 1971 when Britain officially transitioned from the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings and pence to decimal currency. Decimalization date: the 15th of February 1971. The 5-pence coin was introduced earlier, in 1968, to help the public get used to the new system. It replaced the pre-decimal shilling, which had exactly the same value, 1/20th of a pound, or 5 new pence. The 5p coin would remain one of the workhorse coins of the British decimal system for decades, familiar to generations, yet overlooked by many. Year of issue: 1975. Denomination: 5 new pence. Diameter: 23.59 millimeters. Weight: 5.65 grams. Composition: cupronickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Edge: milled grooved mint. The Royal Mint portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Designer: Arnold Machen. This is the second official coinage portrait, used from 1968 to 1984, features the Queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland. Terra inscription: Elizabeth II, DG Reg, FD, 197. The crowned Scottish thistle, symbol of Scotland. Designer: Christopher Ironside. Inscription: New pence used until 1981. The design of the thistle is a nod to Scotland's place within the United Kingdom, reflecting a time when the coinage celebrated all parts of Britain. The word new was used to distinguish post-decimal coins from their pre-decimal counterparts. By 1975, the 5p coin had been in use for 7 years, but that year's edition marked one of the lower mintage years in the series. Tight mintage: circulated coins 60,300,000. Brilliant uncirculated sets: only proof coins issued in proof sets compared to earlier or later years. 1975 saw a relatively modest mintage, making it somewhat scarcer than common dates like 1971 or 1979. However, due to its wide usage, most surviving examples are well worn. The 1975 5p coin was issued for circulation across the entire United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It was legal tender for small transactions across the UK, circulated only in the UK, but accepted in British military bases, overseas territories using sterling, not used in Commonwealth countries like Canada or Australia, which had their own decimal systems. The coin was not rare geographically, but it often traveled far, used by soldiers, tourists, and traders connected to Britain's global influence. Most 1975 5p coins were used in daily commerce. Common signs of wear: smooth high points, queen's cheek, tiara, soft details on thistle crown, dull or darkened surfaces. Available in Royal Mint annual coin sets. Features: mint luster, sharp detail, no wear or contact marks. Proof coins feature a mirror-like background with frosted detail, struck with polished dies. So how valuable is a 1975 5-pence coin today? The answer depends entirely on its condition. Great condition. Description: value range: circulated VG to VF. Common, worn 5 pence, 0 pounds. 20 extremely fine EF. minor wear. Clear features: 1 pound, 2 pounds. Brilliant uncirculated state. From set: 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds. 00 proof with case high polish. Improved set: 8 pounds, 15 pounds. 00 graded MS66, MS68. Slabbed by NGC PCGS, 25 pounds 60. Most valuable forms: proof coin in original Royal Mint packaging. Brilliant uncirculated coin from 1975 mint set. Graded examples in MS67 plus. Condition: error coins rare, such as double strike, off-center, or die cracks. The 1975 coin still read new pence. This changed to 5 pence in 1982. The large size 5p coin was withdrawn from circulation in 1990 and replaced with a smaller version. 1975 coins remained legal tender until 1990, when all large 5p coins were demonetized. There were no major design changes between 1968 and 1981, making condition the biggest factor in collectability. If you're lucky enough to own a 1975 5p in uncirculated condition, here's how to preserve its value. Avoid touching with bare hands. Use cotton gloves. Store in acid-free holders or coin capsules. Keep in a cool, dry environment. Never clean or polish the coin. It reduces value. Where to buy, sell: eBay UK, London Coins, DNW Auctions, Royal Mint Collectors Corner, Facebook Coin Collecting Groups, newmista.org. Most collectors seek the 1975 5p to complete a full-date run of Queen Elizabeth. 2 decimal coins, proof and mint set versions are the most desirable, though it may not be rare or flashy. The 1975 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin is a quiet witness to a decade of change. It passed through millions of hands through strikes, elections, and royal jubilees, and now rests in the albums of those who know its worth. History is sometimes hidden in plain sight, like in your old coin jar. And the 1975 5p coin is proof that even the smallest denomination can carry the weight of time. 1990.